Alright guys, this is our weekly solo player's guide to the Nightfall with a Warlock. If you need a Hunter or a Titan, look in the description box below. Those links will be available as soon as they're up. Titan is already available if you're so inclined to view. Also, Challenge of Elders guide, though it's pretty decently easy this week. That guide is also in the description box below, so you can need either of those. And if you're new to the channel, we do this every single Tuesday and Wednesday with all three classes, or at least the Nightfall anyways. So if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe and hit the bell if you like to turn on notifications so you don't miss a video, blah 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 blah. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at the modifiers, and then we'll take a look at what we're rocking as far as setup goes, and then yeah, we'll get right back into it. Alrighty. Modifiers this week include Epic, heavily shielded and highly aggressive enemies appear in great numbers. Berserk, minions of the darkness won't flinch even after massive damage. This, in this particular strike, can be pretty annoying, mixed with another perk. Small arms, primary weapon damage is favored, but it will take away from your special and heavy weapons to compensate, so keep that in mind when you're trying to figure stuff out. Chaff, player radar is disabled, which that's no big deal, honestly. Match game, though, enemy shields are resistant to all unmatched elemental damage, so if they have a void shield, you need to be doing void damage, or otherwise it's going to take about 1,000,000 shots to get that shield away. So that, combined with Berserk, is quite frustrating at times, but here's how we're rocking out. So we start with, and through most of the strike actually, we use the Fatebringer adept, because what's better than Fatebringer? And then we switch between Vision of Confluence, Atheon's Epilogue, and Fang of Ute, all three adept as well. We also use Ex Machina, though I would suggest, if you're using Fatebringer as your primary go until the final boss encounter, I would suggest using either more than likely a solar damaged special weapon, whether it be a shotgun. I would suggest a sniper, but just about anything will work. Snipers, though, will keep you away from targets that you don't want to be close to. And then we're using corrective measure just because it's void. There's no void shields in this strike except for the final Psion Flayer that has the void shield, so keep that in mind. Then of course we're rocking these Sunbreakers, because why not? And then we're going Touch of Flame, all grenades ignite enemies, causing damage over time. Viking Funeral, targets afflicted with ignite take more damage from all sources, stacks up to 3 times. So with the Sunbreakers, I think that's what they're called, yep, with those gauntlets right there, you can back to back get those, so you can get a double stack if you so choose of damage, which is really awesome. We're using Flame Shield. Nobody uses anything else at all. Of course, Fireborn or Self-Res, it's almost a must in this week. You'll see me pop it several times. I like Focus Burst, and of course you want to run Solar Grenades. Let's go ahead and get into the guide and we'll talk it out. Alright, so this is our first Nightfall section, and what you want to do is just wait right here, because there's going to be some heavy enemies spawning in here. Like you see there's a bunch of Taken Vandals. There's about 3 across the way with a Invis Taken Minotaur, so look out for him, as well as these little Scions and a few more Vandals in the middle here. But once you take out them, you should be fairly clear to just go ahead and move straight on to opening the door. Once you open the door, run all the way back, because more enemies are going to spawn, including, I think there's some Scions in there. There's going to be one major Taken Centurion, so you're definitely going to want an arc weapon of some sort to take him down. And then there's also going to be, of course, Vandals in there as well, so you definitely want to get over here as quick as possible. Once you kill the the major Centurion, all of the rest of the ads are going to despawn. So make sure you either kill him last or close to last if you're worried about points. So, but other than that, we'll go ahead and move on to the next section. Once you clear out all of those ads, down here there's going to be a bunch of Scions. There's going to be 2 Phalanxes and I believe 2 Centurions, regular Cabal version. So take them out. You're going to want either a grenade or some sort of solar weapon to take their shields down. There's also going to be 5 or 6 taken hobgoblins sniping at you. You want to take those out close to first, so just so they don't hit you while you're trying to make your move up. After that, go ahead and take care of these Cabal, and then there's going to be taken up above. I believe it's just a few hobgoblins and some vandals right now. Once you kill everything, you're going to be told to unlock the door. So go ahead and do that. Be very careful. You don't want to waste self-res too late, too early, and then just get slammed by these ads. There's also a couple of Centurions. But go ahead and kill all of these guys. If you need a decent shot, go over to the stairs. There's some decent cover in the back behind these crates. Go ahead and kill all of them, and then slowly make your way up towards the door. There's going to be 3 more hobgoblins if you haven't taken them out already up here as well. Take them out, and then you're free to unlock the door. Once you unlock the door, you are going to want to run back downstairs because this place gets flooded. You'll see what I mean in a second. It literally gets flooded with taken. So just be mindful of that. But you should be pretty alright. What I like to do is just go ahead and throw a grenade up there right away. Get that extra damage flowing. Go ahead and shoot what you can, if you can. Just watch out because they will jump down to where you're at. If you have to, go all the way downstairs, like I was just forced to. And yeah, you should be pretty decent. There is going to be 1 major Minotaur, and then a second wave is going to spawn in that's going to have a major taken Phalanx. So be very careful about them, but for the most part you should be alright if you stay far back enough in cover. You don't really have to rush. I would say you want about 13 to 14 minutes left for the final boss fight, just because it does take so long because of match game, depending on your weapons. So just make sure everything up here is dead. Like I said, there's the flood of enemies up there. If you got a grenade, solar grenades are amazing in this section. So go ahead and throw them if you got them, when you got them, and then we'll slowly move on. Once you kill that major Phalanx, you will be able to head on over to Overwatch, or the next section. So if you feel comfortable enough, with your points as well as your health, you can go ahead and do that. I would suggest kill everything because I don't get the gold tier medal until pretty decently on in the boss fight. So if you're worried about points and the time bonus, I would highly suggest killing everything in here. It's not going to take but 2 or 3 minutes, and it is 2 or 3 minutes well spent. So I'll leave that up to you, but my suggestion is just kill everything in here for points. But we're going to go ahead and switch on over to Overwatch. Alright, now that you're in Overwatch, there's going to be a few Scions and a Phalanx. Just go ahead and take them out. And then a couple Legionnaires. On the inside, however, there are going to be a bunch of Taken. I would suggest sticking to the left side of the room. There are going to be 2 or 3 Hobgoblins and a bunch of Scions. Just keep that in mind. It shouldn't be too difficult. I do say stick to the left side, because on the last run I went to the right side and I got nicked by a couple of Hobgoblins that I didn't realize were still alive. So it'd be easier just to take them out first and stay to the left and make your way up and into the middle. But again, that's up to you. Also in the middle of the room there's going to be a major Acolyte, which will spawn in those Acolyte eyes. Not too difficult, especially with something like Fatebringer, where every time you kill one, it's going to give that like Firefly explosion, which will also damage, if he's close enough, the Acolyte. So that's something to keep in mind. As you can see, there's going to be a couple Phalanxes, but you should be pretty decently ready to go at this point. Once you kill him, go ahead and take care of the door. Once you take care of the door, run back to right here, because there are going to be 2 invis major Minotaurs, a bunch of goblins. I don't know why I'm running up here, but go ahead and run back down here. This is just for your safety. There's also a couple not Scions, Centurions. There we go. But you want to kill everything as quick as possible, because a second wave is going to come in where there's going to be a major, I think this time I got a major Vandal, but usually it's a, I want to say it's a Centurion. So just be aware that there is going to be a second wave of, or maybe it's just the Minotaurs. Sorry, the Minotaurs are in the second wave. That's what's throwing me off. But go ahead and kill them. Be very careful. As you can see, they do a ton of damage. And if once you kill both of them, there's going to be a small wave of Acolytes that spawn in the right corner. You see them spawning in there right now, on top of those stairs. So go ahead and kill them. And then the doors will open. Once the doors open, do stay back. You'll see me get wiped pretty quick, because there's going to be a bunch of Scions and a major Vandal behind that door that spawn in. And I wasn't quite quick enough. As you can see, I will get toasted right there. Luckily, self-res for the win. Once you kill them, go ahead and move on to the next area. Once you reach the Cortex, there's going to be a little battle between Cabal and Taken. Go ahead and take out the Cabal while the Taken are spawning in. There's going to be 2 Centurions, I believe. Or maybe it's just one. Looks like it's just 1 Centurion and 2 or 3 Phalanxes. So go ahead and take them out real quick. And once you do, you'll be prompted to access the Cortex controls, which will spawn in the 3 bosses. Once you do that, there is going to be a solar flare, shield flare in the middle. There's going to be an arc one on the left, and the void one is on the right. As far as I know, that's how they spawn in every single time. So go ahead and keep that in mind. After they spawn in, you are going to get a couple waves of Cabal. So stay at the top of the stairs. As you can see, they start coming in right there. And I'm almost out of bullets, which is never good, especially since I don't have my super. But go ahead and take care of them, and then you can slowly start working your way on the bosses. Now in this run, I did only get 2 Colossus to spawn in. I'm not sure if that was why, because the last run with my Titan, I got 4 total Colossus, so just be careful with the last Psion. They are going to spawn in a few of the Colossus, so it's either going to be 2 or 4, depending on what you get. I'm not sure why, it's just how it works. But the solar guy tends to run behind that crate that you see him in. So go ahead and throw your grenades. If you've got a solar rocket launcher, maybe with some cluster bomb perks on it, go ahead and do that. Galahorn, if you want to switch to a non-exotic primary, works pretty decently as well if I actually knock him out from behind that crate. Otherwise, solar grenades work just as well, and you'll actually get a little bit of bonus damage. That guy is actually, I think, Void. The Arc and the Void guy swap places for whatever reason. So just keep that in mind. And then, yeah, other than that, enemies are just going to pop in every once in a while. I think after the first couple waves that you just saw, it's going to just be some, not Phalanxes, but Centurions and Psions for the most part, until you get to the last Psion Flayer, which is where the Colossus starts spawning in. You definitely want to be way back here where I'm at right now to deal with those Colossus. But other than that, I think I'm just going to go ahead and speed this last bit up, because that's pretty much all I can tell you to watch out for in this boss fight. For the most part, stay back here. It's just safe that way. You'll see me swap between weapons. I won't speed it up quite as much as I did in the last video, just so you can kind of see what I'm doing, when I'm doing it. Hopefully you found this helpful. If you did, like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, share with your friends, all that good stuff. And yeah, stay till the end for rewards, both Sunrise Bounty and Nightfall rewards. And other than that, I will talk to you guys later.